Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining Automation Intellect's LinkedIn Live. Today's topic is maximizing OEE and what high-performing manufacturers do differently. My name is Kason Kopinski. I'm the account executive here at Automation Intellect. Before we get started, we do have a chat box off to the side. Please enter any questions throughout the discussion, and at the end, I will make sure to answer them. Great. Let's dive right into things. So first of all, the thing we hear most from manufacturing companies that perhaps aren't so high performing and looking to improve is that they want to be more proactive and less reactive. The challenge we often hear with that is that companies that are collecting data, but they're analyzing it at the end of the day or even the following morning once the issue has already happened. So the purpose of today's meeting is to cover what you need to know and be aware of what other high performing manufacturers do differently in order to maximize OEE. The topics we will be discussing are actionable data strategies, or the ability to have real-time data to make quicker decisions and uncover areas of improvement. We will talk about automating your reporting and how that helps faster decision making. And lastly, building a predictive maintenance culture. By detecting issues ahead of time, we will keep production running and prevent downtime. So actionable data strategies. So high-performing manufacturers often utilize real-time analytics from a machine manufacturing or monitoring platform to track things like bottlenecks, downtime, and even inefficiencies. They use this to make quicker and data-driven decisions that helps improve OEE and ultimately reduces waste. We had actually an example from a customer of ours where we were able to identify a correlation between moisture or humidity and that it was causing bad product or waste. And by tracking this metric data, we were able to help reduce that scrap or that waste by close to 60%. And then, of course, gaining expert guidance. Having an outside perspective on your plant data, such like a customer success specialist, can help really ensure your team takes action on the most pressing areas of need. You're used to seeing your data and probably seeing it each and every day. And so sometimes it's hard to spot outliers or things that may not look as the way that they should. And an example of that is that we actually had a customer success specialist within our company identify for a Fortune 100 medical device company that they had hundreds of instances of micro stoppages. This company wasn't actually tracking downtime that was less than 5 minutes. And through a source of loss report we created, we were able to not only find these micro stoppages, eliminate them, and save this company over $250,000 a year. So having those actionable data strategies can surely help. The next topic is automating reporting for faster decision making. So manual reports, as you probably know, slow decision making and create blind spots. Leading manufacturers use automated real-time reporting to get the right data to the right people instantly. With the ability for you guys to collect very granular data across all of the different assets on your line, like good parts, bad parts, fault codes, metrics data, start to finish on your production line in real time, that's where you're going to understand where the biggest bottlenecks, block starve conditions are, and even where the operation or production issues may lie in order to make improvements on them. What is different about our approach specifically, or Automation Intellect's approach to others on the market, is the level of our granularity. What you'll find is with each individual asset, we're tracking up to 100 tags per asset on that line. So you can imagine we're tracking thousands of data points across your line. And by tracking each asset on that line, with the use of alerts, you can customize not only who, but when and for what reasons that operator or plant manager receives a notification. So such as a text message, you can stay ahead of issues before they even cause significant downtime. And then lastly, building a predictive maintenance culture. So instead of spending time, acting on real-time data or AI-generated insights, we can actually or sorry, instead of spending the time sifting through the time that it may take to understand what the data means, you can act on real time or AI generated insights quickly before they become too big of a problem. So we actually now have the ability to generate insights that will point you to where you should put your attention before going through maybe different fault codes or reasons for downtime, but what fault code is causing the most amount of downtime, and where you should focus your efforts immediately. Next is using such things like utilizing AI boxes to communicate updates, alarms, so that every team member on your team or on your plant floor can be on the same page. So to have that ability to communicate directly from one platform, maybe you're using Teams now, but storing that communication about the machine, the line, the shift, and that actually is stored for the life of that equipment, so that that history can be reflected back on in the future or in the past. And then saving money with predictive and preventative strategies that keeps production running by preventing downtime. Obviously, that's going to save money. And with the use of metric data, you can find issues and drive continuous improvement before they become problems. So if there's metric data that may show an outlier in vibration, temperature, something of some sort that is outside the machine's normal operating, you're able to then make those identifications ahead of time and perhaps service this piece of equipment before it goes down. And then, of course, cost, downtime, or money. So what sets industry leaders apart is they not only take action on real data, they don't just collect it. They automate reporting, they ensure fast data-driven decisions, and they implement predictive maintenance, minimizing downtime before it even occurs. So I'm going to take a second here to not only take a drink of water, but also to see if there's any chats or questions that have come in through the chat, to be sure that I can answer them. I'll give it a couple more seconds here. I don't see any questions that have come in. If, of course, there aren't any questions, again, thank you for everyone's time. I appreciate it. I am Casey Kopinski. I am the account executive here at Automation Intellect. If you would like to set up a follow-up call, dig deeper into any of the specifics, or just learn more about what leading manufacturers do differently to maximize OEE, please reach out to the either contact information that you see here on the page, and I'll be sure to set up some time. Please have a great rest of your days, and thank you.